How are you all? Hello. It is Tease. Good day. Good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well. I hope all are safe. So I'm up early after the meridian, but I just want to go over some things that I've noticed, and perhaps you've noticed too. But I've noticed people come off of their deathbed or stop dying to entertain the Epstein case or the Diddy case. So basically, they'll come out of their own struggles, basically stop what they're doing, which is i.e. dying, to entertain drama. I've noticed people literally exit their own war, their war within lives, their war within themselves, their war with their mind, their war with their surroundings, literally stop that war to entertain a war on TV or on the news. I've noticed people come up short, I witnessed people come up short behind politics, sports, lust. I'm going to put emphasis on lust. I need to make a whole totally different video on that. Because there's a difference between killing people with kindness and killing people with lust. And I can promise you, I mean, you can do some you can do some flatlining with lust. But this is the stuff that I'm witnessing. So basically what I'm saying is people will stop what they're doing, which is dying, fixing themselves, bettering themselves to entertain foolishness and war. Because haven't you noticed the stuff that they put on war on the news is back-to-back drama? If it's not Epstein, it's Diddy. If it's not Diddy, it's crime. If it's not crime, it's war. And it's always back-to-back. There's a different story, if not every day, every week. Oh, Trump just got shot again. And then people gonna stop what they're doing. I'm gonna drop my dramas, I'm gonna drop my worries, and we're gonna have a conversation about Trump. Oh, we're at war. I'm gonna stop dying to entertain a war that's on the news. And people wonder why. If you look at the world, most people don't notice what's going on in the world because they are participating with this sick delusion. I've noticed people literally stopping what they're doing. You got people that's literally on their deathbeds, but they're more concerned about what's going on the media or what's going on with other people than with themselves. And honestly, to tell you the truth, that's why they're in that predicament. Because instead of me focusing on my health and focusing on my own skeletons in my closet, I'm worried about people who give me no nutritional value. If I'm worried about what a celebrity is doing at this time, I am what's wrong with the world. And if you do not believe me, just look at the news. People eat this bad news up all the time. And if they do the reverse of psychology or the reverse of thinking, instead of me feeding you chaos, drama, and snuff films, if I just feed you encouragement, finding your inner God, finding your inner peace, or finally healing, I wouldn't be worried about what Diddy's doing. But the fact that most people love chaos and drama, that's why they're going to keep it going. I promise you, there's going to be another story. Now, mind you, what could be worse than war? Oh, they're going to pull, trust me, they will pull something out of their asses to keep you entertained. That's the key word, keep you entertained, because you're loving it. Now, if we had a problem with it, you'd be like, well, you'll be telling, what the hell? You mean to tell me all you have disputed in the world is war, chaos, drama, blood, death, and yeah, because that's all that people want these days. Ask me, do you want to go to my wedding or do you want to go to my funeral? I will have millions and billions of people at my funeral and 0 people at my graduation or at my wedding. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the average everyday people love chaos, mess, and drama. But if we flip the script, oh, since I know you love drama, hey, here's some words of encouragement. Here's a clue. Here's for you to see what's really going on. No, they're going to give you what your lower self wants, and your lower self loves chaos and drama. Meaning, if I'm in a predicament, instead of me fixing myself, I would rather see you fall. And then therefore, I'm more comfortable with my flaws. Because again, if we all were getting well, we would not stop what we were doing, which is dying, suffering. Aren't y'all supposed to be suffering from inflation right now? Dying, suffering, inflation, don't have a job, whatever the case may be, what the world is going through. And if you have time to stop dying or stop suffering to worry about what's going on the news, that has nothing to do with you, mind you. Now, it's one thing to be at war. If you're at war, okay, thank you for letting me know. But if it's a war that literally just got pulled out of the news's ass, then it's one of those things where you might want to work on yourself. So then therefore you can prepare yourself for your war that is already here or that is to come. Because that is another thing too. You'll think like, well, why would I ignore their war when I could learn from it? And that's the key word. You can learn from their war. Now, it's not saying that, okay, even if it's real or fake, okay, well, that's good. That's something for me to prepare for, because perhaps I can get thrown into chaos at a blink of an eye. Oh, I didn't know it. And I just got bombs dropped on my head. Okay, that's why you prepare. So before the bombs get dropped on your head, I'm not worried about the Diddy case. I need to be preparing for war or preparing for seeking shelter in the midst of war, in the midst of storm. But no, we get distracted with what's going on with Diddy, what's going on with Epstein, what's going on in other countries, what's going on with him, her, and celebrity gossip, and no one's getting any nutritional value as far as how to survive these foolishnesses. And we don't even go as far as putting ourselves in their shoes. Okay, well, if I get exposed, how will I handle that? And we don't ask these questions because we're so busy in other people's business. Well, y'all, I'm never in nobody's business. I promise you I'm not interested in none of this stuff that's on the news, because again, it gives me no nutritional value. And it's one thing to get to the bottom of it. Okay, we're going to lift the skirt of what's going on so we can get to the bottom of it, nip it in the bud, and not have to worry about it again. No, I'm not going to throw you the Epstein list just to keep mess going for years to come. Because again, where's the justice for the witnesses? Where's the justice for the victims? Where's the justice for the children? Where's the justice for the, you see what I'm saying? There's no justice is being served because this is to be messy and exploitive. And no one's putting two and two together because they're loving the mess. They're really loving it. Yeah, so I've noticed that. I'm sure the world has noticed it too, because most people are. They do love mess and drama because, again, always reference the funeral or a wedding or funeral or graduation. And almost every time, like clockwork, you'll have more people at your funeral than you will ever have at any event that you have. Hell, do a housewarming. Oh, just moved into a mansion. Brand new house party. Come on over, everybody. Strangers and all. You still won't have as many people there at your mansion as you will at your funeral. Because people love mess, chaos, death, and destruction. That's what people respond to. Most people, because, not because, I almost wanted to go as far as saying, not because people are evil, which they are, but it's just because you're low vibrational. Most people are just very comfortable with that low vibrational, animalistic nature. I'm more comfortable being savage, not gentle, soft, and healing. No, I like blood. And that's the everyday person. Most people like blood. Do you want to watch this automotive video on how to build a vehicle, or do you want to watch this snuff film? The snuff film will get clicked on before the how to survive or how to live video. Okay? Blood comes first. Chaos and drama comes first in this world, in these low vibrational energies. Now, maybe on another planet or in another dimension to where people will prefer holiness or righteousness over evilness, but no. Most people are in their lower selves, so they're going to prefer the evil because that's where they're comfortable. I'm more comfortable with being evil. Because haven't you noticed that? People usually have to get paid to do the right thing versus doing the wrong thing. Because they're going to do the wrong thing. They might do it sneakily, but they're going to always do the wrong thing. Now, you have to be paid or threatened to do the right thing. Haven't you noticed? And you probably haven't noticed because you've been under a sick delusion. But, yeah. When the tables turn, like, haven't you noticed it'll be a lot easier for me to feed you life than to give you snuff films? But no one challenges the news. Have you noticed that as well? They never say, hey, news, why do you keep feeding me this bullshit? I understand we're at war, but why can't you tell me how to rise above it? Why don't you tell me how to elevate my frequencies? And they're not going to tell you that because there's a lot of currency in your frequency, which is that low vibrational, animalistic, evil vibrations. The low vibrations, that's high currency. For these demons that are behind the scenes, that's very high currency. When you give me fear, chaos, drama, blood, and violence, and chaos, and foolishness, you are feeding those entities that are looking forward to that. And perhaps you're feeding yourself with this chaos, drama, and sorcery. Maybe that feeds you, because if it didn't, you wouldn't be doing it, and it wouldn't be so prevalent. So I guess I'm gonna keep that in mind. Perhaps put yourself to the test. Let's do a tables turn. Let me feed myself life instead of snuff films. Let me give you words of encouragement instead of war. Let me help you and not harm you. And maybe we'll try that. Try doing the opposite. Try starving those demons. that's like starving tartar. That's basically suicide to most people, but yeah, you know. All right, be well and be safe.